Marie Curie, the immortal scientist of radiation. Introduction. When science is mentioned, a few names shine among those who changed the course of humanity. At the forefront of that list stands an exceptional woman who carved her path through the male-dominated world of science and etched her name into the pure stone of history. She is Marie Curie, the Polish-French scientist who was not only the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, but the only person ever to receive it in two different scientific fields, a feat unmatched by anyone else. Early life and scientific beginnings. Marie Skłodowska was born on the 7th of November, 1867, in Warsaw, Poland, at that time under harsh Russian rule. She was raised in an educated family that deeply valued learning. Her father, a teacher of physics and mathematics, passed on to her his passion for science, precision, and methodology. Her brilliance was evident from an early age, but the occupying regime barred her from attending university. Undeterred, she studied in underground institutions known as the Flying University, where she honed her critical thinking and intellectual independence. Thanks to her determination and her sister's support, she traveled to Paris in 1891, enrolling in the prestigious Sorbonne University. There, she studied physics and mathematics, enduring poverty and hardship along the way. Scientific career and a fateful meeting. In Paris, it wasn't only science awaiting her, but also Marie Curie, a respected French scientist. The two met, united by a shared passion for research and discovery, and married in 1895. Together, they formed a harmonious scientific team, launching pioneering studies into natural radioactivity, a phenomenon first discovered by Henri Becquerel. In 1898, the couple announced the discovery of two new elements: polonium, named after her homeland, Poland, and radium, after a grueling process of refining tons of pitch-blende ore. Groundbreaking achievements and global recognition. In 1903, Marie Curie, along with Pierre Curie and Henri Becquerel, received the Nobel Prize in Physics for their work on radioactivity. After Pierre's sudden death in 1906, Marie took his position at the Sorbonne, becoming the first woman to teach there. She continued her research on radium, and in 1911 she was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the discovery of polonium and radium, and for her work on isolating the elements and studying their properties. She established the Radium Institute in Paris, which later became a global center for medical and radiological research. Challenges and struggles. Marie Curie faced blatant discrimination due to her gender and was often marginalized in academic circles. Financial hardship marked her early years, and she lived in cold, poorly heated rooms. Later, after Pierre's death, her personal life was subjected to smear campaigns by the press. On the health front, safety standards for radiation were still undeveloped. Years of exposure to radioactive substances eventually led to severe medical conditions that compromised her health. Humanitarian and personal side. Marie Curie was a humble figure who believed science should serve humanity. She refused to patent the radium extraction process, ensuring that the element would remain accessible for research and medicine. She had two daughters with Pierre, one of whom, Irene Curie, would go on to win a Nobel Prize in chemistry with her husband. During World War I, Marie equipped mobile X-ray units to treat wounded soldiers on the battlefield and trained nurses and female doctors to operate them. Death and everlasting legacy. Marie Curie died on July 4, 1934, at the age of 66. From aplastic anemia, a condition linked to prolonged radiation exposure. Initially buried in a modest grave, her remains were later transferred to the Pantheon in Paris in 1995, a tribute to her status as one of France's greatest scientific icons. Conclusion. Marie Curie was not just a brilliant scientist. She was a rare model of a woman who shattered limits and defied the impossible. She left behind a monumental scientific legacy that continues to guide and inspire researchers to this day. She proved to the world that science knows no gender or nationality, but honors only diligence and the brilliance of the mind. And so, Marie Curie was not just a name in the pages of history. She was a spark of light illuminating the path of science amidst the darkness of ignorance and bias. A woman who broke every barrier, rising to a summit no one had reached before, and became immortal, not just through her awards, but through a legacy that still lives on in laboratories around the world today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, so you never miss a story about the brilliant minds who changed the course of history.